Debra Franco is not only an overachiever, but she's one of my personal role models. She's someone who built this organization from the ground up. She started with an idea, and then that idea took off and became one of the most prominent organizations in my community. And for that reason, she's not only done the small changes, but she's worked all the way up to Congress and trying to pass laws and make not only such a recognizable organization within our community, but also within the state of Texas, within the nation. And she's just always trying to roll the ball and make people understand that there is needs for kids with this disease, and without it, then it's not as recognized as it should be. And I feel that she's putting so much effort into it and so much effort into the community, and at such a state level, I feel like those reasons are why she's such an overachiever and why she's inspirational to not only me, but all the lives that she's affected.
My name is Debra Denise Franco. I, Debra Denise Franco, have read the full contest rules and accept this nomination for the G2 Overachiever Grant. I am a mother and a sister and a daughter and a volunteer. I enjoy spending time with my family. My hobby is gardening. I don't get a whole lot of time to do that. I devote most of my time, extra time and effort to the organization and helping people in my community. I work for Baylor University under the Texas Hunger Initiative, and my job is to find access points for food to make sure that no child goes hungry. And our goal is to have a hunger-free Rio Grande Valley. My biggest passion is definitely building this organization to serve the needs in our community when it with diabetes in our children. We have a lot of children diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, but because we are one of the most obese cities in our nation, we also have many children that deal with type 2 diabetes and obesity, and our organization serves them both. I am an overachiever because I don't take no for an answer, especially when it has to do with our children and their health, and making sure that they have everything that they need to be successful in their diabetes management. I've overcome many personal challenges. I also deal with a health condition, and I've lost a child, and my greatest joy in life is definitely my children and making sure they have everything. And when my youngest was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, it was nothing more than I could do than to take the bull by the horns and make sure I was giving him the best life possible. And in doing that, it meant transforming our community. I go above and beyond by giving it 150% at everything I do. I strive for bigger and better and more every day in everything that I do, especially when it comes to this organization and the kids in our community. I just believe that they should not have anything less than anyone else, and I feel like if they have all the tools that they need to be successful in their diabetes management, they can accomplish anything they want to in this world. I've helped thousands of children down here. I mean, just in the month of November alone, we saw over 19,500 children in the school districts in a 2-week period, trying to educate about nutrition and exercise, and then answering those childlike questions of what is diabetes. But we have over 5,000 children with diabetes or affected by diabetes in the Rio Grande Valley. So we've given out over 530 shot spot spares in the 5 years we've been in existence. So I guess numbers is irrelevant to me personally, but I can see why they're important. I think that every child is important, whether it was 1 or 50,000. We're going to give it everything that we have to give them a better life. My ultimate goal is to have a wellness center where the kids can have everything that they need in one place, from nutrition to a place to exercise, and even a dietitian and nutritionist that can help them with managing diabetes, a place where they can have tutoring available to them as they oftentimes fall behind in school, and definitely a place where families can gather and be supported in their journey. Biggest challenge that we have is definitely financial. We are in one of the poorest parts of our nation as well, and because of that it's a little difficult to raise funds, and it definitely takes funds to run an organization like this. One of our biggest needs here is definitely our medical assistance fund. Diabetes is one of the most expensive diseases in our country, and we spend a good portion of what we make or raise on children's medical needs. If we should win the grant, we plan to strengthen the programs that we already have in existence, as well as adding to the programs that we have with a tutoring class that helps the kids as they fall behind in school. We would also work towards a wellness center for the Rio Grande Valley. We are one of the most obese areas in our nation, and because of that we do have a lot of obesity and lack of nutrition education, and this wellness center would provide both of those things for our kids, a venue for them to feel safe and have classes where they can get fit, as well as education and nutrition. And we would love to make sure that this place is also a sanctuary for families that are newly diagnosed or who have been doing it for a really long time, who just need that support of coming together and being one another's empowerment.
I've had the pleasure of knowing Debra for many years and working with her as a colleague for the last year. Debra is an amazing woman. After putting in 40 hours a week working with the Texas Hunger Initiative, promoting good nutrition among children in the school districts, she finds time and energy to go home and then go to the office over at South Texas Juvenile Diabetes Association and continue to work evenings and weekends promoting the wellness and health of children here in South Texas. We live in a world today of instant messaging, of demanding results immediately, and yet we find occasionally in our life an individual that focuses on quality, on excellence, and most importantly, on walking the talk. When she talks about health and wellness, she lives that lifestyle. She loves her family so much that her inspiration comes from her children and from her husband. She can see that she is putting her talent to good use. Debra was born with potential, and she has spent her whole life polishing herself, achieving amazing things, finding needs and answering those needs, finding solutions to the problems that exist out here.